Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back to Case 2, Canaries in the Coal Mine of the Golden We have Anne and Thrythlind here.
Shoop shoop, I'm a whoop.
Hello.
So, last we left off, you were all, we'd done a montage for some downtime.
Yes.
I have a thing to read. But
Oh dear.
apart from that, we'll kind of need to work out what has happened since we saved Sharon and she was taken back to the guard.
Yes, because we did the mechanical montage. We didn't actually describe what we were doing.
Yep.
Okay.
So give me a moment and I'll read this. Alien lizards scampered and squirmed through the twisted tangle of resin-like tendrils that made up the hunter's garden, crawling curiously about our feet. We emerged from the doorway, through the pond, swimming to shore before picking our way through the weird roots of the forest of pillars that surrounded us. Shannon put her back against one of the chitinous trees and sat curling up to hug her legs. The water had washed away some of the blood that caked her whole body, leaving streaks of clear skin showing the girl she was underneath. I discarded my shoes. Not only were they sopping wet, but my feet had shrunk to the point that all I had to do to remove them was take a normal step. My pants were loose, so I tied in my belt a notch before flopping onto the ground nearby. "Are you okay?" I asked, my voice breaking a little. "No," Shannon answered, ducking her face behind her knees, "but at least I'm not thirsty. Sorry for biting you." "No harm done," I reassured her, holding up my forearm, which was pristine despite the fact that she'd savaged it with her fangs only a short time ago. "I don't even feel woozy." Silence stretched for minutes that felt like hours. "You're changing," she observed, finally breaking the silence. "I've noticed," I sighed, with only a hint of sarcasm. At the very least, I was getting younger, bones slowly shrinking as tiny wrinkles smoothed out. My hair had grown long enough that it started getting in my eyes, strands darkening from brown to raven-wing black. Retrieving the blood-spattered pages that Veronica had sent me the day before from my jacket pocket, I opened the picture of the medieval portrait. The more I stared at the girl, the more I could see the resemblance between her and who I was becoming. She must have been barely 17 when the portrait was painted. The artist had to have exaggerated her beauty. They both bore wedding bands despite their somber garb, not their wedding portrait, but some time after. The smile of the man looming behind her was pure Veronica, possessive and arrogant. His hand rested on her shoulder as if to claim that she was his, also vintage Veronica. "How?" Shannon asked suddenly, breaking my reverie. "I'm sorry," I asked in return. "How did you become a vampire?" she reiterated. I winced at the memory. Nearly 2 weeks ago, when I was on the school trip, I was attacked. The vampire promised to leave us alone if I drink her blood, so I did. Did she keep her promise? At that point, yes. She pursed her lips, considering that for a moment. Mr. Stroud kept insisting that his serum was a failure. I just wanted to prove our work wasn't in vain. "And how did that work out for you?" I asked, my sarcasm barely restrained. She glared at me. "It was supposed to give people immortality." "Then I guess you got what you wanted," I said, folding a piece of paper back up and stuffing it in my pocket. "And now you're a killer." "Takes one to know one," she snapped back at me. I winced again, glancing down at the blood on my clothes and hands. fair enough. She seemed surprised that I'd simply conceded to her. I was just so damn thirsty, nothing else mattered. I was lost and alone, and the Morlocks took me in. Then I ate them, I couldn't help myself. Their heartbeats drove me mad. It's not your fault, I reassured her. Stroud should never have involved a minor in illegal research. I wouldn't be surprised if he manipulated you into taking the serum somehow to test his creation. She seemed to consider her next question carefully. How do you deal with it, the thirst? I don't, I admitted, frowning, though my craving doesn't seem to be as bad as yours, at least not yet. But I do have a temper now. Rubbing my face in my hands, I shook my head. I've hurt people too, and I don't know how to deal with that. I've lost my calling. As a school counselor? I mused on that question for a moment. No, it runs deeper than that. I became a counselor because I wanted to help people. Well, you helped me, Shannon mumbled. I looked at her, bloody and disheveled. Standing up, I took off my jacket and handed it to her. Why don't you go wash up in the pond? I know the jacket's still a bit bloody, but it's better than what you're wearing. I'll stay here and sing. Sing? She asked, standing up to take the jacket at arm's length. So you know I'm not sneaking up on you, I answered. Flopping onto my back, my voice cracked and warbled as I tried to carry a tune. She spared me an amused giggle before disappearing back to the pond. That's what Laurie and Shannon have been up to, or at least a snippet of what they've been up to. How do things go with June and Random returning to the world? Because last anyone saw them, they had been quote unquote kidnapped by Laurie.
What are you talking about? The garden opens under those stairs at school, and we have been here all along.
There was nothing about it that disturbed the security so much they didn't even want to step inside. No. Let's see.
Besides, it should be obvious by now that Random was just looking out for us while Lucy and I got some private time by skipping class.
I see.
This is true. I mean, there's going to be reports that we disappeared with Lori, rather. Random.
I don't know what they're talking about. I haven't seen Laurie all day.
Indeed.
I feel like June would need to start making convince rolls.
Well, we're going to have to find someone that understands what she's signing first.
This is true. I have a feeling the Principal Coin might be dealing with this one personally.
I also have this minor problem with my plan, is that someone else is going to say something and fuck it up before I can communicate it. And I can't exactly speak over the top of them.
I mean, you don't have any weak... Oh, you've got a set of people who refuse to sign, but...
Also, the monster must not speak.
Oh, this is a good point. So I guess what you're saying is you want Thrift to have the spotlight here.
Yeah, I mean, I came up with a pretty good off-the-cuff thing, I think, but it's probably not going to work on account of that being built into the character.
Okay, so what's Random telling Principal Coin and the authorities about what happened? What's the story?
I'm not exactly sure she's going to understand exactly what was going on. Let's see.
Oh, stonewalling.
Yep. She's probably just, she probably won't say it. She gets the idea that they're after Lori, which puts them on her bad side. She's probably been in there with Misha and getting, getting a chance to catch their breath and trying to explain why Random is covered in bruises and well, she came to school covered in bruises because of falling out the window, but covered in bruises and what look like bites.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that would get you in to see a school counselor.
Which unfortunately that position seems to be vacant at the moment.
Vacant at the moment, yes.
So she's probably saying something along the lines of she's probably letting the monster speak, saying like, well, we went to the garden. The monster went to the garden. The garden had the mother. The mother talked to us, and then we went to go find the apprentice. The apprentice was killing the Morlocks.
So she's just blabbing about exactly what happened, and it doesn't make any sense because
Pretty much.
normal.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this sounds like taking a risk for sure.
Yes.
So do you understand why I decided it was Random's turn to give the excuse?
Oh yeah, I knew that as soon as you started saying. I'm sure Misha will help.
I'm thinking Misha's trying to make it into like either a role-playing game or a board game or a computer game, but she hasn't decided which, so her story keeps changing.
That's okay. You're saying this to the principal, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be, given the talk about drugs.
Oh yes. So, taking a risk. What are we tagging?
I am tagging Explore My Free Will.
I accept that.
Inured to the Horrible. Yeah, that's a stretch.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think monsters can hide. She's kind of doing this. The refuge.
She is not attempting to hide. She is, despite her fear of exposure, she is like blabbing all this stuff straight out.
Yep, it's kind of that refuge in Audacity, but she doesn't have the presence of mind to know she's doing that. Let's see.
Yes, tag fear of exposure.
Yep. Let's see. Inured to the Horrible, because she's just going to be talking about this like it's normal everyday stuff.
Yeah, but it doesn't gel like you're.
True.
It's not resisting.
This is true.
It's not resisting horrible stuff. Try to make friends, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What's that? Mantras of power, and I can't read the next.
Terror.
Terror. Okay.
Yeah, there's mantras of deception and darkness, but I'm not entirely sure I can get one off.
Supernatural might's not going to. I mean, you can use some of Misha's tags for sure here.
I was going to go for mighty and wise.
Yep.
How are you I haven't got any hope against you still. Never mind.
And should I put in the contusions and lacerations or any of my other statuses?
Oh dear.
So Random's telling it like it happened. Misha's making it sound like we had a hell of an adventure playing some D&D when we were meant to be in class.
Yeah.
Would big damn heroes help?
Big damn heroes?
The juice I got from the dynamite move last game.
It would, yes.
Alright, would you like 1 or 2 to spend, Thrith?
1.
I will spend 1 on you.
So I'm gonna do that for Can you do it for a tag of too ridiculous to be true?
Yeah,
Yes,
that sounds good.
that does sound good. Do the Okay, this is a take the risk roll because you're going for refuge in audacity. Does your visible injuries count in this? I'd say they do because the teacher, like the principal's going to have to report this to social services.
Right.
But fortunately, that means your guilt and agitated don't apply. But
Because you can only have one status.
yeah,
Yeah. On the negative side, which gives me a flat 0, I think.
yeah, unfortunately.
Okay,
Yep.
here we go.
Do your best. Give it the full Bulbasaur.
I've given it the full Bulbasaur.
Yeah, things get messy. MC will offer you a hard bargain or an ugly choice. Laurie, in this instance, will be cleared of the kidnapping charges because obviously you haven't been kidnapped. You disappeared somewhere of your own accord, and it just happened that the incident with Laurie happened. Laurie is certainly still in trouble, but the kidnapping charges will be dropped.
Right.
However, Random will be referred to social services there. Elaine will be investigated because obviously you've been beaten up by something. And it's quite possible you have drugs in your system, so you will have to get drug tested. Which will mean needles.
There's so much entertaining possibilities with that. Go on. What's the other choice?
Let's see, the other choice. The other choice is the principal coin doesn't believe you, insists that you were kidnapped and that Laurie has drugged you somehow, possibly with a hallucinogen. This will get Laurie into more trouble, but Random and Elaine will be in the clear.
I mean, Elaine's going to be in the clear. She was in hospital for.
Well, yes.
Hugs.
I mean, no, but Elaine's not going to be in the clear for the lacerations and contusions. She's responsible for Random's well-being.
Oh, shit. Good point, well made. Surely they're more recent than this morning in the hospital.
Yeah, yesterday it was a massive bruise, which is
and that's why the investigation would last too long, and the status that you took from it would go away eventually, and not just be permanent.
Oh, good.
I think I'm going to go with the course of referred to social services and the testing, and just because the entertainment value of people testing Random's blood. However, I just noticed how much Fade Monster in the Shadows has.
Yep, and you did just blab everything out.
Yeah.
Would you like to get rid of Monster in the Shadow?
Yeah, it's going to go towards a defining relationship, which is going to be for the pack.
Cool. All right, so you need some time to do that?
Yes.
All right. So what is... Elaine is in the hospital and not available. June is
June was definitely not snorting whatever Riley was doing in the toilet. June and Lucy were off doing completely wholesome and normal things that get you in less trouble.
Oh, study.
Yes, we were studying. I'm not going to make the obvious joke about the subject here. You can make it yourself.
That sounds like a convince.
I can convince Principal Coin. I don't have any power tags though.
Oh?
Well, not that are useful.
Oh dear. I mean, maybe reading body language?
Yeah, that's about all I thought. But then also you've mentioned that Coin probably won't sign. And
Oh,
that's
no,
bad.
he signs.
Oh, good.
Yes, you don't have to take that weakness.
Anything else? Self-doubt, reckless abandon, porcelain perfect beauty. That's actually not.
Yeah, porcelain perfect beauty. I think reckless abandon, because you're basically admitting to your relationship with Lucy. Teachers can read between the lines, like.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's why I'm counting porcelain perfect beauty, because he's like, yeah, you're definitely the type to have seduced someone in class.
Yeah. The briefcase doesn't work. All right. Distant and unfeeling. Yeah, that makes.
Oh hey, that's full. Anything else?
No, not that I can see.
And I'm convincing.
You are convincing.
Oh, but that's not dynamite.
Well, that's a pity.
I love that look of completely not giving any fucks about that. Like, thanks.
Well, there you go. You got an 11 anyway.
Let's say that the status he would get with power with tier 2 would be, let's say, even if he doesn't believe my shenanigans, whoever else he's got witnessing the interrogation definitely does. And if he doesn't come down on the side of believing me, he suffers from getting a reputation for permitting that kind of behavior. So we'll make the status reputation for permissiveness. Now, does he take the 2, or does he believe?
He believes.
We're still getting detention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. However, that's a very minor slap on the wrist. So, how are you doing for your new theme?
I'm doing pretty good. I've got it defined. The only thing I don't have is the Hunter's Garden, which I can do as we talk. So,
Good.
I'm good.
Alright, well, I'll just stick with June for a moment. June, you have some time while Random is being checked out. Is there any snooping you would like to do at the school or anything?
I think I'm going to have to look into who else is involved in Specuous Goliath research internships. That seems reasonable, right? What am I rolling?
Looking into, that's an investigate check.
Actually, I should probably just spend the clues I've got on that, shouldn't
Yeah, you could, yes. I am looking at the wrong character sheet. There we are.
Let's say I will spend one clue to know how many other students in this school are involved in Goliath Heavy Industries research internships.
Hmm. There are 6.
Um, Looking back at this, which of the drawbacks did you choose? Because I did have a drawback.
Yes.
I probably should have noted. Was it exposes to danger?
Distant and unfeeling. It's on the.
No. The drawbacks in the actual like getting the clues.
Oh.
Like,
No, it was your investigation exposes you to danger, wasn't it? Because that's why Veronica turned up.
yes, that's what I was about to say. Yes.
Oh, wicked. In that case, I don't have to go answering more questions.
Indeed. But that was that your last one? Or
Nope,
did you
that was
have-
the first one. My next one is going to be what are their names? Or
Alright.
you know, character sheet descriptions if you prefer.
Right. So this is getting a little bit beyond the scope of the adventure that I made up.
I think it's good for later on though, but
It definitely is. Should I make up some names and?
Sure, they can go in the stuff to be investigated bank. Actually, you know what?
Yes.
I'll use my last clue. Are any of them also assigned to Stroud? Because we did spend the first clue finding out what the 3 tutors were
Right.
for the
Yes.
internships.
Yeah. I would say one other was assigned to Stroud.
Sorry, I've got that right. Stroud is the one that was assigned.
Yes. Stroud is the one that was teaching Shannon.
Excellent. So we have one name to go for. That way you only need to come up with one.
Adenea Kerberos. Is that all you wanted to do?
That's what I've got the clues for. I could investigate a bit more and you know what? Yeah, I'm going to investigate, at least get enough clues to confirm whether or not Miss Kerberos has been also vanished.
Right, so you're investigating Kerberos.
Well, yes.
All right.
Stroud's entire research cohort.
Sure. That's an investigation.
Investigate. I would like to use Lady Detective. Physical evidence. Oh, that's all.
All right. I am not going to mark any weakness test.
well, you are the lady detective.
Mm-hmm. So 2 clues.
2 clues, one of which I will spend on determining if Adanaya has disappeared.
She has not. She is still at school.
Can I spend the last one on determining if Stroud has some internships with other places? Actually, no. Where is the laboratory where they perform their internships? Presumably they don't come home each day going, "Hey Mom, we went to this place in the sewer."
They do not. In fact, the laboratory is part of Stroud's home.
Did you say home?
Yes.
Okay, so I think we're arming up and going to Stroud's home.
That sounds reasonable.
All right. Meanwhile, Random.
Yes.
So you were taken to the nurse's office, and there's actually a stat block for this person. Nurse Wrench. Yes, Nurse Wrench starts, is talking to you, trying to act friendly and everything, although, also sternly and telling you what to do and all of that. When the needles and things like that start coming out and she's setting, Random is going to start having flashbacks.
Is that a proc on violent instincts?
It is, yes.
Okay.
So, facing the danger of flipping out and murdering everyone, or
Yes. So yeah, this is a face danger.
Okay. She's wanting to resist. She's got her friends right now. They're giving her a sense of definition. She's trying
Mm-hmm.
to explore her free will, trying to
Yep.
make friends.
She is inured to the horrible.
Oh, good. Is Misha there or not?
Would Random want Misha to be there? Because yes, if so.
It would probably make her feel more comfortable.
Yeah, so Misha is allowed to come along
So
in that case.
bonded in survival, and I think that's about all I have.
It does look like it, yes, unless you wanted to tag something on the crew. Maybe keep on ticking?
No, I don't think so. I already have quite a few.
This is true. Alright, you are agitated, however.
This is true.
Roll it.
Take the status at a -1. Is this going to upgrade my... No, it couldn't. If it's upgrading my agitated, agitate when it affected. What's the status?
I was going to upgrade agitated to panic.
Well, that's fine because we may have misunderstood it. I may have misguessed it anyway.
Okay. But that will just take it up to a status 2.
Right. I think with that, she is going to go ahead and try to make a break. Though, when she gets to the status of 2 panicked.
Okay. Actually, let me just open up the dangers, because it's Psych Ward Nurse here.
Right. And I've already burned 2 of my ally tags.
Yeah. Alright, so this is going to be... She's just making a break for it. She's not going to try and sneak out or anything.
Well, she just burned the deception thing.
So this is another face danger then, I think.
Yep.
As this is a what, sir? Oh, that's a good point. It could be a take the risk.
the status you get is definitely going to be obviously guilty.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, they're like the nurse and the and her, like, the attendants, and there's probably some cops around because the harmed kid and everything. They will try to restrain you. So taking a risk.
Mantras of speed and transport.
Yep.
She's going to be calling out Xenomorph moves fast, Xenomorph moves fast, which might freak out people when she starts changing.
Oh, yes. Well, in the moment.
Yep.
We're gonna have to send in the Obliviators.
Exit through the corners.
You're not trying to get through doors.
This is true. Supernatural might.
Yes, that makes sense.
And Xenomorph kind of covers mantras of power and terror too, so maybe that.
I agree, yes, definitely terror.
Okay.
However, that could backfire on you.
Yes, I'm kind of hoping on a take risk result. I'm kind of hoping for a messy result that has her restrained but not kill anybody. That's what I'm hoping for, but we'll see.
Alright, let's take a look at your weaknesses here. What's falling on her sword supposed to represent? Sorry, not in relation to this role, I don't think that fits.
She'll sacrifice herself to protect her friends.
Got it, okay.
Basically what she did to cause it to flip anyway.
I don't want to tag Violent Instincts again. I don't think
was
it
already
fits
part of
because
this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was already part of it, and yes. I might say constantly reacting first
Okay.
on the crew theme. So roll that for me.
That's not good.
No, it is not. So, I'm going to do a couple of things here. Number one, you're going to take a restrained 3 stasis as Nurse Wrench and a couple of probably security guards at this point pile on to random. Actually, I'm going to say Nurse Wrench is the one that restrains, but I'm also at this point going to get too far too fast. Off move that was on the board.
Right, got it.
And I am going to do another move. One of the security guards panics, pulls out his gun, and just automatically starts firing at random when she starts turning xenomorph in blind panic, which will be a face danger.
Ouch. And expression is the monster covered in blood is finally a full thing. So
I just saw that.
okay. I have almost nothing left that I can use to make use of this. Keep on ticking.
Okay.
Misha is going to try to help, and she's tougher than she looks.
Indeed.
I can't use supernatural might. Can't use the mantras because I was already using them.
Correct.
I'm already panicked, but that's already part of this, so no.
Indeed. I mean, luckily, I'm not going to tag any weakness tags. I can't see any that apply.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and say contusions and lacerations, I think, is probably going to affect this.
I will say yes on that score.
Because I'm trying to resist getting hurt worse, and I'm already hurt.
It would either be that or restrained, so that's much of a muchness.
Yep, same of the same. So
Yeah.
I am. Here we go. Face danger with a -1.
Yep, so that pings you for 2, which will take you to 4.
Yep. I don't have a thing where Misha can take that for me, and I don't probably would want that either.
Now, just remember to burn her tag.
Yep. It's done.
Alright. Misha gets in the, grabs his hand, and luckily the shot only grazes her, but it's enough to sort of knock her over. There's then a whole lot of screaming and yelling, and everyone sort of trying to recriminate each other, and things get really messy really, really fast. How's Random reacting to this? Is she just going to stay down, or is she still escaping?
She's going to go where she saw Misha knocked over and plant herself between. She's restrained though. She can't.
She is restrained, yes.
She's going to try to pull over to where Misha got knocked over or grazed and trying to resist to get over to there. Actually, I'm going to take a moment at this point. She's restrained and all of that. She's going to go ahead and try to focus herself, maybe to try to fix what's wrong. So I'm going to try. She's going to try to do thinking in werewolf heals.
Oh, okay. So changing the game?
Yes.
The one.
The one I
Alright.
don't do nearly enough. I'm assuming this is a completely new role.
Yes, this is a completely new role.
And my injury doesn't apply because that's what I'm trying to fix. Does the restrained apply?
It does not in this case. I will ping panicked though.
Right, that makes sense.
Because you're having trouble focusing.
Okay, so inured to the horrible.
Yes.
Explore my free will, which I think I'm going to designate my current broad tag.
That seems logical,
Since
considering how much it's
yeah.
come up.
Yeah, plus also my other one died just now.
Yeah.
And supernatural might.
Yep, I can see that.
Anything else?
Not that I can see.
Well then, here we go with a +1. Does there any
And
help or anything?
remember to burn keep on ticking.
Thank you, I forgot about that. Okay, change the game. Minimum of 2.
There you go. So you're gonna heal a bit?
Yep, she's going to heal down to where she's just bruised.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully in the confusion, and by the time people get calmed down, and that'll calm her down a little bit. Actually, I'm going to heal down to where I was before. And can I heal panic down 1 too?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so hopefully she has calmed herself, centered herself down enough to try to calm down and wait. And by the time people get down, calm down about what's going on, they're going to come to the conclusion that they just spooked a feral kid, and the feral kid reacted as feral kids react.
Except for one thing.
Yeah.
Nurse Wrench sees you healing.
Yeah.
Except for another thing, you turned into a xenomorph and now you've turned into a werewolf.
Yeah, true. Yeah, people are going to be freaking out.
Yeah. Fortunately, Nurse Wrench she literally has a status of hardened, which is a status 3 that's inures her to a lot of things. She's going to take this opportunity to take the blood sample that she needs while you are restrained.
Go for it. I don't have any way to resist. It doesn't make sense.
No. Luckily, it's
Hmm.
not a major move or anything. It might be a soft move.
Yeah, it's a good dramatic one.
Yeah, so what will we call this soft move?
Um, DNA in the wild.
Thank you. I will use that to mess with you at some point.
Points, plural.
I'm not surprised. And I'm looking forward to it.
Goody. I think that's enough of an interlude. So, what is the plan of attack for Stroud's house? Laurie and Shannon are still in the garden.
I'm assuming after all the tests get done that Random gets released.
Oh yes, they are not going to find any trace of drugs and anything, and the normal people who saw everything will eventually forget. But there is a lot of freaking out, and people are probably taking sick leave.
Yeah. Oh shoot. There must be something going around, some sort of contagious hallucinogenic disease.
Maybe Laurie was affected by it.
It may be, yeah. Maybe it was something up in the woods. That's all where it started.
Well, I'm convinced. Let's forgive everyone.
Can either of you think of anything that would happen with Laurie during this?
I mean, we have basically a whole afternoon at school, right?
Basically, yes.
The nature of the garden is deliberately vague, and it's somewhat hostile in and of itself right now, as it is an extension of Random's mythos as the movie monster.
And Laurie is turning into a predatory creature,
Right.
which resonates with it.
It's probably going to be screwing with them. Because if the mythos can't get Random to do the things it wants to do, it might be screwing with the people inside.
Interesting. Any ideas in particular? I'm sorry, I don't necessarily want to make stuff up for Laurie.
No, let's see. I'm going to suggest that maybe I'm going to suggest that maybe you're going to start hearing like the moans of ghouls just around the corner.
I was going to suggest that this could be a good place for your opening monologue to be inserted.
Oh yeah, that's true. The thing you were doing at the beginning of the show.
That's a good point. So, is that a roll or anything? Is there a weakness that...
I would say that maybe it's a face danger against a mental thing.
Okay. All right. So what sort of mental thing?
It's going to be
Laurie.
producing feelings of being ill at ease and disturbances, or
Hmm.
maybe attacking your guilt.
Yeah, this is. I mean, yep. I am shaken. So that's a thing. All right. So I'd say
Hmm.
splintered personality is a weakness.
Yes.
All right. I think the best intentions, because
No, both you have the best intentions, and Random had the best intentions in giving
yeah,
place.
no, the righteousness of the cause is, important. Dubious ethics because justifying internally what Laurie's.
Yeah, makes sense.
Survivor's instincts because sometimes you've got to do things to survive.
Yes.
Never my fault.
It's true. It's not your fault.
Yeah, in this case, it isn't your fault.
Yep. I think the shaken status is a minus, or something more serious. Would the fired status be?
I don't think the fired status would be. I think satiated would be a bonus.
I was about to ask that next. All right, I think that's it then.
Yep.
Facing danger. Take the status, but with -1 tier.
I was thinking it was only going to be a tier 2, so it's just going to upgrade your shaken by 1 to 2.
Yeah. Stick with shaken.
Disturbed, maybe.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. We've become a roundtable GM game.
Well, a little bit, but I like getting input from you guys on Laurie stuff.
No, I quite like that about us.
How long have we been going for?
We started a little after 7, so we've got about maybe 10, 15 more minutes. I think we have time before break to get into planning on attacking Stroud.
Indeed. So, Stroud's house. After school, what is the plan?
Shall we montage?
I think this is a good plan.
I think Random is going to recover and Misha's going to stay at home because I can't recover her burnt tags and heal. So Misha got shot. Her family's making sure that, raised even. Her family's making sure she doesn't see Random, at least not tonight. So Misha's out of it. And Random's going to spend time trying to recover burnt tags. So I don't know which of her not burnt tags, recover statuses. I don't know which of her statuses. Restrained is definitely going away. Because that situation is not in. What other thing? Which of these statuses can I reduce?
One moment. I'm going to say contusions and lacerations. With your fast healing, I'd say lower it to 1.
Cool, got it.
Yeah, restrained is gone. I'm going to get rid of guilt, but you've had a pretty rough afternoon, so agitated will.
Makes sense. The guilt has driven her to a few stupid things. So, and it's
Oh
gotten a
yes,
good run out of it.
it really has.
Okay.
What was Elaine doing with her montage?
I think Elaine's going to prepare for the next activity.
Okay.
By which I mean June is going to prepare for the next activity. Because Elaine's doing the sit down.
Indeed.
I think June's going to insert so many projection lenses into various parts of her limbs and body. And she's going to use them to project so many puppets onto the walls. All the puppets.
Cool.
They'll be like video game sprites. So many of them.
So,
My 3 juice for that, I think I will make a 2-point status and make it ongoing.
okay.
If I spend the juice from Big Damn Heroes as well, is that a 3-point status?
I will allow it, yes.
Wicked. There we go. I have the 3-point the tier 3 status, so many puppets.
Cool. Alright, on Laurie's end, I think it's also recover from the last activity. So, fired's not going anywhere. I only just got disturbed 2.
And you've been spinning the montage in the garden.
Yeah. I think satiated stays for the moment. It hasn't been that long.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. You could continue your transformation and drop familiar.
That's what I was thinking.
It would lessen the risk of a helpful neighbor calling the cops on that note. Don't want to use any of the horrible words I think they're going to use in their police phone call.
Yeah. Yeah, so how much does familiar drop by?
3 juice worth.
Okay, so
Which I think is all of it left.
You might have to refresh Roll20, it looks a bit broken.
yeah, my roll 20s. Oh dear. Give me a moment.
Cracking monster in the shadows may not have been tactically the wisest thing I have ever done.
No. But it happened at the most epic possible time.
Indeed.
There you go, I did it for you because I got it.
This is cool.
It happened at the time that felt most appropriate. I thought I was at 1 fade, not 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. I don't think the final girl is not fading anymore right now. I don't. Hopefully it will fade by the end of tonight.
Which will net you a whole lot of build-up.
Yeah, I'm going to be basically picking up something.
you've been building up improvements, haven't you, Anne?
And
I'm looking at Elaine. Elaine has a lot of improvements.
yes, she does.
When you say a lot, that's like at most 2.
There's no.
Sure, there's 2 on Bastion. That's the most.
That's true, but at the moment I have at the most 1. I mean, at the most 0, actually.
Yeah, but you got a bunch of extra tags, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you burn that?
No.
Yeah.
We've been picking extra tags mostly because it makes sense for our development.
Yeah.
Which is all fine.
Yeah.
It's all okay.
Oh, no. I love the fact that the characters play differently. I'm going to go look into the extra tags, though, because I want to get, like, Dynamite change the game and such. But anyway, I think
Yes.
the plan's probably going to be invasion via garden.
Okay. So you're just going to try and pop a door right into the middle of his house?
That would be Random's instinct. I don't know if anybody else would agree.
I mean, would it be Random's instinct to ask first?
She's going with you guys, so she wouldn't ask first, but she would probably say that I can drop a door in the room. I can look for a door.
You know what works? The element of surprise. Let's go.
Okay. Do we want to take a break, refill drinks?
That sounds
Probably
like a
not
good
an
idea.
idea to put those burgers in the fridge too.
Yep, this is a good plan. All right, let's break it off here. Thank you for listening, everyone. We'll catch you in the next video.
Ah! I won't catch you. I am
Yep.
humble fingered. Something else that starts with F for alliterative. But
Talk to you later.
So that's what I was about to say, Kelsey. All right. So a hard bargain. So either random is going to have to go through a whole random. Let me start again.
However, I just noticed how much Fade Monster in the Shadows has.
Yep, and you did just blab everything out.
Yeah.
Would you like to get rid of Monster in the Shadow?
Yeah, it's going to go towards a defining relationship, which is going to be for the pack.
Cool.
Or
so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power tags and no improvements, which will mean 3 build up, which will take you to 5 as well.
Yep. Okay. I am going to get another extra theme.
Oh, wow. Headquarters?
Yep. Base of operations.
Yep. I figured.
I'll work on that.
you have a lot of build-up.
I had some... I tend to break big themes. 2 of my bigger themes broke.
All right, so you need some time to do that?
Yes.
All right.
June and Lucy were off doing completely wholesome and normal things that get you in less trouble.
Oh, study.
Yes, we were studying. I'm not going to make the obvious joke about the subject here. You can make it yourself.
I really wish we had video of Anne's expression.
No, you don't. My expression was fine. It was perfectly innocent.
It was.
That's a lie.
Yes. So, how are you doing for your new theme?
I'm doing pretty good. I've got it defined. The only thing I don't have is the Hunter's Garden, which I can do as we talk. This, I do feel like I've been rushing through a little bit, but on the other hand, aside from Misha, which is extra, and I just wanted her in somewhere solid, I now have pretty much what is the stuff I wanted her random to have as a character. So it's just, I don't know where to develop from here, so this will be interesting. I knew I wanted the garden as a base of operations. But anyway, so
Good.
I'm good.
Alright, I'm not seeing the Hunter's Gardens power tower.
I'm
Oh,
building
wait
those
a
right
sec.
now. I'm building those right
Oh,
now.
okay. Alright, well, I'll just stick with June for a moment.
Okay, completely finished now.
How do you do a GM roll?
/GR.
Okay. As soon as random gets out of all the mess, is there anything I need to deal with during the mess?
There will be. Just let me deal with this question. So, Adanea Kerberos.
No, go on. I want you to pronounce the surname as well.
No.
It's a haven, but never mind.
But that would be mixing Greek and Irish. I don't know what that is. Western African. It means her father's daughter, which would seem to be obvious, but Adanea Kerberos.
I love that the random generator has spat out Kerber.
I know, right?
That's all.
Undetectable?
I mean, technically that's meant to them not being able to detect
Yeah,
she's
so-
a puppet.
Right, so that's a sneak around thing.
Yeah, that's if someone's trying to do her and investigate and determine that this is a puppet body, or these two are the same person, or similar, or wait a minute, there's another one of her hiding over there.
Indeed. Alright, I am not going to mark any weakness tests.
Not people who refuse to sign?
No.
That's. I don't think we've ever marked that. Okay.
We've marked it once, I think. Which is actually, now that I think about it, how I got so some big themes that cracked is because I had weaknesses that got tagged more than others on those. I need to start getting some improvements and try to stay to my themes.
And there's actually a stat block for this person. Nurse Wrench. Because Nurse Ratchet was unavailable.
I was wondering.
Nurse Clank.